Hello students and Jai Hind. Today we will cover the topic modal. Let's know what is modal. So as you can see in these conversation there are three different sentences. First one is, oh Lisa, you should go out and see some friends. So here should is modal. After then in the next sentence, Bart, you must go out of this room immediately. So here must is modal. After then in the third one, यहाँ पर आप देख सकते हैं लिखा हुआ है, okay Bart, you can go out. So here can is modal. So I hope that you have gone through these sentences very attentively. Now let's see how modals is used in different slides which I am going to share you, and why is it used, इसका इस्तेमाल इसका यूज़ हम क्यों करते हैं. So let's understand with its definition that what is modal. After then we will go through structure of the modal, then we will try to understand that how to use modal. So students, the peculiar nature of modal is that they are never used alone. They must have a principal verb with them. Likewise, I can play the violin. After that, they have the same form throughout whatever the person and number of subject. For example, I can run, they can run, you can run. So they do not have infinitives or participle form. We cannot use to with them or the past participle form or write likewise can, drive, etc. So let's know about definition. A modal verb is a type of auxiliary verb that is used to indicate modality, that is likelihood, ability, permission, possibility. So two of my friends can play guitar. So here K, यहाँ पर K आपको क्या बता रहा है, that this is all about the ability. Even आप कैन को और भी तरीके से यूज़ कर सकते हैं. लाइकवाइज कैन इज़ यूज टू एक्सप्रेस पावर और परमिशन. Likewise, I can swim across a river or you can go now. Now about modal verbs. So list of modal verbs are likewise can, could, may, then might, then will, would, shall, should, ought to, must. So this all can be called modals. Now here you could easily see structure of modal. Here in this row and column there are subject, then modal verb, then main verb, then complement. Likewise, I must go to sleep. We must go to sleep. We can drink some water. They should drink some water. Then you may eat some food. Then she will do some exercise. Or you should go to sleep. So such sort of sentence could you make. So basic form or infinitive of the main verbs after the modal verbs. Now about modal verbs. Modal verbs do not add s or es to the third person singular. Likewise, he can swim. If you will write plural of can to cans, then you will be wrong. So there is no need to add s or es at the end of any modal verb. Likewise, in can you could not use cans. In may you cannot write in such a way mays or mayes. This will be wrong. So now about modal verbs, how it could be used in simple sentence, then continuous sentence, then perfect tenses, then perfect continuous tense. So in simple tense you could use verbs like I could work, he could walk, after then it could walk, they could walk. Even if you have to make a sentence in present interrogative sentence, then you could you could make it like, could you please let me have your book? So in such a way you can use could. Even in negative sentence you could use like, he tried hard but couldn't lift it. So in such a way you could add could in simple or in any tense. Now, about continuous tense, I could be walking, he could be walking, it could be walking, or they could be walking. Likewise, in perfect tense, you can frame sentence like, I could have walked, he could have walked, it could have walked, they could have walked. In the same manner, in perfect continuous tense, you can frame sentence like, I could have been walking, he could have been walking, it could have been walking, they could have been walking. So in such a way, you could add modal to your sentence. Now about modal verbs. So modal verbs don't need auxiliaries to form negative and question. For example, she should stay. If you will like sentence in such a way, she doesn't should stay, then your sentence will be wrong. You have to write in such a way that she shouldn't stay. In the same manner, if you frame sentence like, why does she stay, then you will be wrong. You have to frame sentence, why should she stay? So modal verbs don't have infinitives or ing forms. Like you cannot make ing form of can or ing form of might. You cannot write might in mighting way or can in canning way. So this will be wrong. Even you could not write might. You cannot add to before might. If you will write sentence in such a way, then you will be wrong. Now what modal verbs, how to use such modal verbs. So it depends upon ability, possibility, impossibility, asking for permission or request. For example, if you have to frame sentence as per ability or possibility, then you could use a modal in such a way like, they can control their own work. So here can is modal verb. In the same way, impossibility. So for impossibility, you can use sentence like, we can't fix it. So here can't is modal. After then asking for permission, so here you can use modal verb in the beginning of the sentence. Likewise, can I bring here? So here can is modal verb and it is used in different manner. After then, if there be any request, there you can use in same manner, can you help me? So here can is modal verb. So students, can is also used to express power or permission. Likewise, I can swim across a river or you can go now. Now about modal verb could. So could expresses power or ability to do a thing or a polite request. Likewise, he tried hard but could not lift it. Or could you please let me have your book? So it used for permission, request, possibility, future, ability. Now, how could we frame sentence in permission manner? So you could frame like, could I borrow your dictionary? So here could you have used in the beginning of the sentence could. So here modal verb is used in such a way. After that you could use a could for request also. Could you say it again? Could you say it again more slowly? So here you are requesting. Now about possibility, that how in situation of possibility you could use could. I think we could have another tea. So here you can see that how this particular modal has been used. Now in future, you can even use for future also. I wish Sindril could meet me next week. Then about ability, it is also used for ability, as I already told you. Likewise, he gave up his old job so he could work for us. Now about modal verb may. So students, may is used to express possibility, permission, wish or purpose. Likewise, he may succeed in the work. If you have to frame sentence in interrogative, then you can say like, may I do it for you, or may you live long if you want to have a wish. After then, if even you could use may like, he works hard so that he may pass. So students, you can use it for permission, likewise, may I have another cup of coffee, or even in possibility, even in permission, even in any wish or in any purpose. Likewise, in possibility, you can frame sentence like, I may finish my work. So here is possibility that maybe you can finish your work even you are not sure of it. Now about modal verb might, that how might we can use might. So might expresses a suggestion, possibility, purpose. Uh, Likewise, in possibility, we'd better phone tomorrow. They might be eating their dinner now. Even you could frame sentence for purpose also. Likewise, he worked hard that he might live. Even you can use might for suggestion. Likewise, he might join college. For possibility, you can frame sentence like this: he might win a prize. So in such a way, you can use might. Now about the next is out, that how could you use out. So students, out is followed by present infinitive or perfect infinitive. Likewise, we out to help our neighbors, we out to have gone by now. So in such a way you can use out to. So saying what's right or correct, for example, she ought to finish by next week. Now about shall, that how could you use shall. So students, shall is used in first person and will in the second and third person to express future tense, future time. Events shall in the second and third person expresses command, promise, threat, determination. Likewise, if you want to order someone, you can speak in such a way, you shall do it just now. Even he shall leave at once. So this is order. After then you can use shall for threat also, for threatening also. Likewise, you shall be punished for what you have done. The man shall die for this offense. You can use shall for promise also. Likewise, you shall have a holiday today, you shall get his dues just now. You can use shall for determination also. Likewise, you can frame sentence, you shall carry out my orders, he shall leave this place at once. So use of shall like offer, suggestion, permission. For example, in offer sentences, you can frame sentence in such a way, shall I help you with your luggage? In suggestion, you can frame sentence like, shall we say 2:30 then? After then for permission, you can frame sentence like, shall I do that or will you? So students, in interrogative sentences, shall in the first and second persons and will in the third person expresses simple future tense. And moreover, shall in the first and third person and will in the second person shows the wish or intention of the speaker. For example, shall I buy you a watch? Shall he go with you? Will you help me? Will you lend me some money? So students, in a complex sentence, however, will and shall are always used in principal clause and never in the subordinate clause. For example, I shall help him if he works for me. Now, the next modal is should, that when we could use should, हम should का use कब कर सकते हैं. So should हम express कर सकते हैं जब हम कोई duty से related sentence को बना रहे हों, और when we are talking about supposition. For example, even you could frame sentence in possibility also. You can add a should in possibility sentence also. Likewise, in duty, you can frame like we should keep our word. In supposition, if I should meet him now, he will not recognize me. So, in such a way, you can use should, and even you can use should in such a way, saying words right to correct, right or correct. So, likewise, we should solve this problem. Even in possibility, should can be used. Likewise, fees should decrease next year. Now about modal verb will. So students, you all are familiar that when we do use will, if we are framing sentence in tense wise, but will in the first person expresses intention, promise, threat, and determination also. If you want to frame sentence in intentional way, then you can frame it like I will go home today. If you have to frame sentence in promise way, then you could frame sentence like I will try to do better next time. If you have to threat someone, then there you could use like I will avenge his death. Even if you have determined about something, or if you want to frame sentence in determining way, then you could also frame sentence like this: I will speak, or I will do this or that. So if you're taking any decisions, there you can also use will modal. Likewise, I can't see any taxis, so I will walk. After that, you can use will for offering sentence also. Likewise, I will do that for you if you like. You can use will for promise sentence like I will come back on Monday. Now let's know about would, that when we can use would. So students, would is express for would is used to express for determination, habitual action, willingness, wish, permission, request, invitation. If you have to frame sentence with the help of would modal for permission, then you could frame like would you mind if I brought a friend with me. For request sentence, would you mind waiting a moment. For invitation, would you like to play basketball this Friday. So in such a way you can frame sentence with the help of would modal. Moreover, for determination sentence, you can frame sentence like I would have my way. For any habitual action, you can frame sentence like he would sit all day with the book in his hand. For willingness, you can frame sentence like I would do my best to satisfy you. And for wish, you can frame sentence like would that I were healthy. So in such a way आप sentence बना सकते हैं with the help of would. So students, this is all about modal. I hope that you have understood this topic very well. Now go through this lecture again and again, and after then I will discuss it now about miscellaneous errors in the use of verbs, miscellaneous errors in the use of modal auxiliaries. Okay, so I will start with suppose if you will write sentence like never I saw such a sight. So this will be wrong sentence. You have to write in such a way: never did I see such a sight. Now, about common errors in the use of modal auxiliaries. For example, I will be obliged if you help me. If you will use will be, then you will be wrong. you have to write I shall be obliged if you help me. After then, in another sentence, if you come late, you shall be fined. So here in place of shall be, you have to use will be. If you come late, you will be fined. After that, shall you help me with money? So if you use shall, you will be wrong. In place of shall, you have to use will and then complete the sentence. After that, will I get some reward for my hard labor? So instead of writing will, you have to use shall. Shall I get some reward for my hard labor? So in such a way, you can correct your errors. After then, if you will work hard, you will succeed. So this is also a wrong sentence. It is like if you work hard, you will succeed. So there is no requirement to write will again and again in the same sentence. After then, I will be glad to accompany you. So it is also wrong. In place of will, you have to write shall and then correct your sentence. So students, I hope that you have understood about modal. That's all for the day. Thank you.